Why would anybody want to deal with you? How about that?
Let's see. I'm intelligent. I'm motivated. I have my own business. I maintain my own lifestyle. I'm not understanding the full scope of your question.
Well, see, that's the problem now, ain't it? You just described yourself as a man. See, you got to understand what the men want. And nothing you said in there was anywhere close to being feminine, beautiful, inspirational, caring, loving. The way you're talking almost sounds like a dude.
There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner. I'm not when you have women going around,
you're divorced. She left you. Let's put that on the table.
If you're actually walking around in the big 2025 telling people that you think that feminism is the fight for equality between men and women, I hate to break it to you, but you're literally just wrong. And to be fair to you, like, it's not your fault that you think that. I mean, you've been told that your entire life, right? And that's because feminism has been co-opted by corporations and celebrities and stuff. But that's fine. Let's clear it up, though. Feminism is defined as the fight for liberation from patriarchy, okay? And not just female liberation from patriarchy, right? It means total abolition of patriarchy.
There should not be no-fault divorce. And here's what's interesting about modern day feminism. They want equality everywhere but in the court. Isn't that interesting?
That is very interesting.
Right. They don't want equality in the court system. So I think that's funny that they want all this equality, but they still want alimony. They still want child support. They still want half of the man's assets. But if it's equal, what we bring in is what we take out. We split the children 50-50. Like 50%, 1 week your week, 1 week my week, but they don't want that. So I think that's really interesting that, like I said, they don't want to be drafted for wars.
Let me ask you, when you turned 18, did you register for the Selective Service?
No.
Okay. All right. Why? If there was a draft, do you think it's fair that women don't have to register and go fight on the front lines? You're equals. You're equals, right?
I'm not that type of feminist.
Well. Then where is this fair coming into it?
I am here to talk about the topic of being an alpha female.
Hey, hold up. Whoa. I'm talking about what you said. You said it's not fair. And I said, okay, if you want fair, what do you really want fair?
In some ways.
That's bullshit.
I should be able to speak my, voice my opinion.
No, you're entitled to a wrong-headed opinion. But you're entitled to a wrong-headed opinion, and guess what? Men have made it possible for you to have a wrong-headed opinion and still have a roof over your head. We've civilized the world in general to where women can come out here talking about it's not fair.
And a lot of women who grew up without men, they do not understand this. They do not understand the value of men until they get out there in the world and that stress hits them. Because work is stress. And why would any woman want to be stressed out and try to have a family? Doesn't make sense.
I find it ironic that there'll be men, when a woman says, I want a man to open the door for me, be more chivalrous, pay for dates. And they'll push back, now we are equal. You open my door, you pay for my dates. So there are a lot of male who are more feminists and more about equality than a lot of women are. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's not about hating men or making women superior. So based on those definitions, I would say, yes, I am a feminist. I am someone who believes that there are some women who are able to do the jobs of men when it comes to like actual labor and actual intelligence, actual labor, actual intelligence. I believe that women should have equal access to opportunities and that it shouldn't matter whether, regardless of your gender, regardless of what you were born with, regardless of how you identify, it should not matter. You should have access to the same jobs, regardless of all of that. I do also believe that there is a level of intersectionality that Black women tend to rank at the bottom of things when it comes to societal beliefs, that it would be white men, Black men, white women, Black women. I do believe that intersectionality plays a role in that, because the second you start adding a woman of color, we typically do get pushed further down the line. I do believe in bodily autonomy. I do not believe that any man has the right to tell me what I can and can't do with my body, what can happen, what should happen as a result of an emergency. I don't believe that there's not a man on the face of this earth who has the right to tell me what I can do with my body.
Because if you are like these women over 35 with this mindset, men are they're not going to marry you. No quality, thorough man will marry you of any race. And hear me well. If you're a quality, thorough man, it is your responsibility to yourself to marry a woman who has an exceptional mindset and leads with her femininity. Femininity is non-negotiable. I am going to start putting examples of feminine women, and I'm going to put an example of women who started out bad and have transferred themselves and upgraded themselves to feminine women.
See, he's talking about that selective equality. You can't demand fairness and only when it benefits you, while ignoring responsibility when it requires sacrifice and accountability on your end. You can't have it both ways, young lady. Young women.
Feminists wanted to be equal. So I say be equal. If you guys want equality, 50-50 custody, no child support, no alimony, no special privileges.
Alimony is paid out in 10%
it doesn't
of
matter
divorces.
If you're part of the
it does
10%.
matter. It does matter because you make it seem like it's a widespread issue when it's only 10%.
The tender years doctrine is a sexist law against men.
Decided to be a stay-at-home mother, and the marriage doesn't work out. She has no job. She has no income. So you think it's unfair to get support from her ex-husband so she can raise the kids?
60% of kids under 5 have daycare. Daycare is an option now. You wanted to be men.
Do you know how much daycare costs?
You wanted to be men. Here you have it.
Do you know how much daycare costs? Do you think it's free?
A lot of things are expensive, Anna.
Kylie, I don't know why this is a hot take, but I truly believe that women are meant to be leaders. And history, research, and biology back this up. First of all, a study conducted by the Harvard Business Review found that in 17 out of 19 cases, women outperform men, especially on key leadership skills like collaboration. And companies with more women in leadership positions report higher profits and greater innovation. And don't forget the obvious of women giving birth. I believe the ability to create life as well as the socialization of women to be empathetic makes us great leaders. So there's a socialization component as well. Don't forget, there have been thriving matriarchal societies in places like Indonesia, China, and other African countries. Tribes with women in charge often have less violence, more balanced communities, and stronger community ties. I'm not saying that men can't be leaders. I genuinely just think that women are better suited for it. Even today, in a lot of countries where women are in leadership positions, these citizens are happier. We need to stop putting women into this subservient role and actually let us do what we should be doing, which is leading people and building societies for a better world.
Feminism.
Tell me a country where womanist policies have led it into a first world country, a first world situation and sustained it.
Listen, this is not about...
You answered the question. Don't tell me listen, shit. See, you guys need to understand something. This woman right here is the poster child for what's wrong with the Black community. And the problem is feminism, womanism is a way to level the sexual marketplace value for unattractive women. And notice, for everybody else, she had no problem saying, who wants an average man when she looked like that? An average-looking woman. Oh, yeah, you average as hell. Oh, yeah, you average as hell. Yeah, you average as hell. Yeah, look at her. She triggered. Average as French toast. Look at this. Average as...
City boy.
It's an evil world we live in.
And that's it for this video. Until the next one, the truth will set you free.